I was driving home from my job at the warehouse, exhausted after a long day of manual labor. The roads were deserted, and all was quiet as I made my way through the countryside. I was lost in my thoughts, thinking about my wife and children, and how much I missed them. Suddenly, my car's engine started making strange noises, and smoke began to billow out from under the hood. I quickly pulled over to the side of the road and got out to assess the problem. That's when I heard a strange noise coming from the woods beside the road. At first, I thought it was just an animal, but as the noise grew louder, I realized that it sounded more like footsteps. My heart began to race as I realized that I was all alone on this dark road, and someone or something was approaching me. I quickly got back into my car and locked the doors, but the footsteps were getting closer, and I could see shadows moving through the trees. Suddenly, a figure appeared from the woods, and I could see that it was a man with a mask covering his face and a knife in his hand. My car wouldn't start, and I knew that I was in serious trouble. My heart was pounding in my chest, and I felt like I was going to pass out. I managed to call the police, and I could hear the desperation in my voice as I explained my situation to the operator. It felt like an eternity as I waited for the police to arrive. The masked man was getting closer, and I could see that he was looking in through my car windows. I was terrified, and I just wanted to get out of there as quickly as possible. Finally, I saw the flashing lights of the police car in the distance, and I let out a sigh of relief. The masked man ran back into the woods, and the police quickly apprehended him. It turned out that he was a notorious criminal who had escaped from prison and was on the run. I was shaken but grateful to be alive. I hugged my wife and children tightly when I finally made it home that night, and I promised myself that I would never take my safety for granted again. From that day on, I always made sure to be extra cautious when driving on dark roads at night.